I have important news for you regarding the decision of the Supreme Court. They make a decision today regarding the people that is living here in United States illegally, and also the people that is living here legally. If you have a green card, if you are a green card holder, also this applies to you. Not to the U.S. citizen, only the green card holders and the illegal aliens. So I have this video, please watch it.
The Supreme Court, the High Court, ruling that the federal government can detain immigrants who have criminal records, and they can be detained even years beyond when they've been released from custody. Joining us now is our Jessica Schneider with more. Yes, it's an immigration ruling, so it's very significant. How big is this one? Well, this was really on statutory interpretation, but Poppy, nonetheless, this was a ruling on immigration law, and it came down in a 5-4 vote right along those ideological lines. And liberal Justice Stephen Breyer, he read his dissent from the bench, and that's something that's rarely done, except when a justice believes that the majority's opinion is particularly troubling. So let me lay out the details on this case. This involves a provision of immigration law that allows federal authorities to detain immigrants who have committed certain dangerous crimes without a bond hearing after they've been released from criminal custody. So the question here was, when exactly can ICE detain these immigrants for deportation proceedings without that bond hearing? Does it have to be immediately after the immigrant was released from criminal custody? Or could it perhaps be years and years later if ICE just happens to pick them up? Now, the ACLU said it has to be immediately after they're released from criminal custody, but the Supreme Court today ruling and really siding with the Trump administration that even if it's years after the immigrant was released from criminal custody, ICE can in fact pick that immigrant up and hold them in detention without bond while their deportation is being considered. So Justice Breyer, as I mentioned, dissented really vociferously here, saying that this opinion represents a, quote, serious constitutional problem. And then he said this as well. He says, it runs the gravest risk of depriving those whom the government has detained of one of the oldest and most important of our constitutionally guaranteed freedoms, the right not to be deprived of liberty without due process of law. So, Poppy, this decision with the 5 conservative members siding, in fact, with the Trump administration, this, of course, comes at a time when the immigration debate has been raging here in Washington. This particular case really dealing with statutory interpretation here, but this coming down along ideological lines, 5-4, with Justice Breyer really reading his quite scathing and dissatisfied dissent from the bench. Poppy?
Right. So significant because, as you said, the justices will rarely do that. Jessica, thank you for the reporting on that.